know if you've noticed, but reach and engagement on Instagram is down for a ton of people right now. It is all I'm hearing from clients and seeing it on threads. It's kind of a bummer. And not to brag or anything, but one of my clients over the last 30 days, her content got over 40,000 views, or 800 interactions, and almost 150 new followers. And we were able to do that without posting every day, without hopping on endless trends, just with the right messaging and the right strategy. Let's talk about how we accomplished that. Welcome to Mompreneur Mastery. I'm your host, Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist turned content and messaging strategist after watching the online space get louder, buyers take longer, and content turn into a performance instead of real connection. On this podcast, you'll learn how to clarify your message so your content actually stands out in a sea of copy and paste trends and AI noise. And also how to strategize your content across platforms to build the trust and connection that turns followers into clients. All in doable, brain space saving episodes you can fit in between school pickup and reheating your coffee for the third time. Let's dive in. I feel like I can't hop on threads without seeing someone complain about Instagram, which is so valid because I am feeling it too. It is not the amazing platform it used to be for online businesses. It's just not. And so it feels like a lot of people are feeling really frustrated with feeling like they have to, I just used the word feel so many times. I'm sorry. Anyway, they have to market themselves on all these different platforms, right? And it gets exhausting, especially when those platforms aren't giving you the kind of return on that time and energy investment that you expect in a way that actually helps your business, right? So that's super frustrating. And I totally get that. And I swear, I am convinced that Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, is just adding the randomest features we don't need instead of just actually showing our content to our followers. It's infuriating. But anyway, I have this client, and in her content plan, I do her newsletters and I do her socials for 3 posts a week, not a ton. I don't do any outbound engagement. She doesn't do a ton of outbound engagement either, I don't believe. And over the past month, she has been able to get over 40,000 views on her posts, over 800 interactions, and 142 new followers over the past 30 days. We don't do trending reels for her. That's not aligned for her messaging and her brand, not hopping on all of those trends. And she's not showing up on stories a ton or doing a lot of outbound engagement, like I said. And this is a client that's a service provider, but she works in an industry that is really hard to have more of a personal brand, which means it's harder to get that engagement on Instagram. The personal brands definitely do best. So what happened was, instead of chasing endless trends and trying to create content that looks like everyone else's, we took a pause. We focused on messaging clarity, reviewed her insights on what was working, what kind of content was working for her, and revisited her buyer journey, and really shifted things around in a way that made more sense for her specific brand instead of doing the things that any of those tips or hacks you see to get more views. It was really a matter of getting clear on her positioning, on what her audience needs to hear, what they want to hear, because those are two different things, and mapping out her buyer journey more concretely and letting that show up in her content more. And this client, her business has 3 different offices around the country. She's very, very busy. She did not want to have to babysit her account and constantly be creating these on-trend reels and everything. So we made sure that we had a plan that fit into her actual life instead of taking it over to the point where she was spending more time on marketing than she was on any other part of her business, because that just does not make sense to do. So when we nailed down those 3 things, right? Her positioning, the things her audience responded well to, and her buyer journey, everything kind of changed. And I don't want to say this as this is exactly what will happen when you do these things, because it normally takes longer to see these big kind of shifts in your numbers. But like I said, over 40,000 views in 30 days, over 843 interactions. And this was, I think, And this is for 12 posts. So 843 interactions spread between those 12 posts and 142 new followers. And I really want to share that these followers are very much in her target audience and like potential leads for her. So this isn't just shooting for vanity metrics to get vanity metrics, right? We want those vanity metrics to lead somewhere. Like views and interactions, love it. If it doesn't lead to actually helping your business, it's a vanity metric. So we wanted to make sure that her ideal clients were the ones seeing and interacting and connecting with her content. The goal is not going viral. It's visibility with purpose. And we were able to accomplish that. I cannot stress this enough, without hopping on any and every Instagram reel trend. Not a single Taylor Swift audio was used. No dancing, no Sabrina Carpenter, no, I don't even know. It's been a minute since I've logged onto Instagram, so I'm not sure exactly what is trending right now. But we had a plan. We batched the content ahead of time and scheduled it all. So it took way less time and way less effort than feeling like she had to constantly crank out these reels that are on trend to get more views. And it had amazing results. I haven't checked yet to see how many new people signed up to her email list as well, but I really need to. This is actually a very good reminder for me. I should have done that before I started. Anyway, so this just goes to show strategy beats trends every single time, every time. She had messaging clarity. She had consistency in her voice. She had her content mapped to her goals. She knew what her audience already liked, and she knew what they needed to hear to get to that next step in the 5 steps to sales process. And she wasn't reacting to these new trends and spending a whole lot of time on marketing. She executed this with the plan we came up with. When your content has direction, it compounds over time and has really great and better for your business results, right? Like if your goal is to get views and you're just hopping on random reel trends, but you're not taking into consideration, like, is this getting seen by the right people? Is this also good for my business? Is this nurturing? Is this building connection, building trust, like anything to get them in your world and starting down that funnel of the buyer journey to work with you? It's not actually helpful. And I know that we are all so short on time and brain space, and I don't want you to waste your time and effort on creating content that is more for those vanity metrics instead of for leads and sales for your business. Because so many people are still stuck on the, oh, just post more, follow trends like those 30 reels and 30 days challenges. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can put your phone down for a minute, drink your coffee, and not feel like you have to constantly record stuff. If you like doing that and it's working for you, have at it. If you feel like it's a waste of time and you keep doing it, hoping that one of these will finally hit and you'll finally get more views and more followers or a sale, take a step back, take a break, and look at the bigger picture and make a plan to reach your goals using the messaging, your positioning, check out your insights to see what your audience likes hearing, and work that into your buyer journey. Your content can't connect with your ideal clients if you are too burnt out on the social media hamster wheel of chasing vanity metrics to create intentionally with your actual business in mind. So if you get any takeaway from this episode, I hope it is that you do not need to do more. You just need to do it smarter with a strategy, with a plan. Focus on clarity in your messaging, not the volume of posts and not necessarily trends. Again, if you like doing it and they work for you, have at it. That is totally fine. Different things are going to work for different people. But when your content is strategic, it keeps working even when life gets chaotic. Like I said, we planned and scheduled out a whole month of content in one go. She wasn't logging in, sharing more reels, trying to get views and engagement. It was, a one and done situation here for the whole month. So if you're staring at your content calendar, wondering what the heck you're going to post, I would love for you to check out the Holiday Helper content plan, especially if you have any Small Business Saturday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, any of those types of sales in the works, because that is definitely something you need to plan ahead for instead of winging it, hopping on those trends. Like I said, with the Holiday Helper content plan, I do the content plan for you. I do the same thing I did for that client, but I'll do it for you and your offer. 4 weeks of done for you content and emails, content plan and emails that you can add your own graphics or video to. schedule it, and then be done with your content for an entire month. And I only have a few spots available because I write every single one myself. I'm not using AI. I don't have a team or anything. It is just me. I will put the link to that in the show notes if you're interested. If you're not ready for that kind of investment, but you still want help knowing what to post, check out the other link in the show notes, which is the buyer journey content map. It's not 4 weeks and it's not tailored to you, but it is 2 weeks of content to help you get going with a plan. So once again, I want to remind you, your audience doesn't need more posts. They don't necessarily need more trending reels. They just need content that makes them connect with you and trust you. So make sure that you are really thinking about your messaging, how you're positioning yourself and your offer, and don't forget to review your insights and see what worked in the past so you can repeat it in the future and save yourself a whole bunch of time. Thank you so much for listening. I cannot wait to see what kind of content you put out. Feel free to send me some of your posts to check out. I am at sydneyobrien.co, and I will be back in your earbuds next week. That's it for this episode of Mompreneur Mastery. If you're building a business around your life, not the other way around, and you're tired of being told to hustle harder to make sales when you're already hustling at 110%, I hope this gave you a breath of fresh air. And if it did, I would love it if you left a quick review or shared this with another mom entrepreneur who is ready to market with more strategy and way less stress. And if you want to see what a cohesive content map across multiple platforms with strategic messaging looks like, check out the link in the show notes to grab your free copy of the Buyer Journey Content Map. I'll see you next time.